Hey there! Have you ever felt like you just can't get someone to truly miss you? Whether it's someone you're dating or someone you're trying to build a deeper connection with, creating that emotional bond can feel like trying to solve a puzzle. But what if I told you there's a way to not only make someone miss you, but to make them yearn for your presence? In this video, we're diving deep into the psychology of attraction and connection, breaking down exactly how you can make anyone, yes, anyone, miss you terribly, even if they weren't that interested in the beginning. Stick around because these tips aren't just powerful, they're game-changing. 1. When she says, "I'm fine." When a woman says, "I'm fine," it rarely means that she's genuinely okay. This phrase is often a subtle signal that something deeper is happening beneath the surface. For women, especially in relationships, words are often layered with unspoken emotions and hidden meanings. "I'm fine" is her way of masking frustration, disappointment, or even sadness while waiting for you to notice and address it. It's not necessarily about being deceitful, but about giving you a chance to care without directly asking for it. Imagine this scenario. She's upset because you forgot an important date or overlooked her feelings during a conversation. Instead of voicing it directly, she says, "I'm fine," hoping you'll recognize that her tone, body language, or sudden quietness tells a different story. She might fold her arms, avoid eye contact, or let out an exasperated sigh. All these are nonverbal cues urging you to dig deeper and understand what's bothering her. Responding thoughtfully to "I'm fine" is an art. Instead of brushing it off, ask questions like, "Are you sure? You seem a bit upset." Or say, "I care about how you're feeling. Can we talk about it?" This opens the door for her to share what's on her mind, showing that you're attentive and value her emotions. It's also crucial to avoid getting defensive. When women use "I'm fine," they're often testing the emotional safety of the relationship. They're seeing if you'll take the time to show you care. So next time you hear those words, resist the temptation to take them at face value. Instead, lean in, show empathy, and reassure her that her feelings matter. 2. When she says, "Do whatever you want." When a woman says, "Do whatever you want," it's rarely a simple statement of freedom or indifference. In most cases, it's a loaded phrase, signaling frustration, disappointment, or a test of your commitment to the relationship. This statement usually comes when she feels that her perspective, preferences, or feelings are being disregarded. Instead of being passive, she's trying to express her dissatisfaction indirectly. For instance, let's say you're planning to hang out with your friends instead of spending quality time with her, despite knowing she had plans for the two of you. When she says, "Do whatever you want," it's often not an actual green light for you to go ahead. Instead, it's a subtle way of saying, "I wish you'd prioritize me," or consider how your decision might affect us. Responding effectively requires emotional awareness. Don't take her words at face value or assume everything is okay. Acknowledge the tone behind the statement and ask questions to understand her true feelings. You could respond with something like, "I feel like you're upset. Can we talk about it?" Or, "I want to make sure we're on the same page. Is something bothering you?" This approach shows that you care about her perspective and are willing to work together to find a resolution. It's essential not to dismiss her feelings or react defensively, as this can escalate tension. Instead, see her statement as an opportunity to address underlying issues. Women often communicate indirectly to avoid conflict or because they feel their emotions aren't being taken seriously. When you show empathy and a willingness to listen, you demonstrate that her thoughts and emotions matter, reinforcing trust and understanding in the relationship. 3. Build emotional connections. Here's where the real magic happens. People don't miss superficial conversations or surface-level interactions. They miss how you make them feel. To create this kind of connection, you need to be genuinely present when you're with them. Listen intently, show empathy, and share meaningful moments that go beyond small talk. For example, Ask questions that dive deeper, like, "What's been the most exciting part of your week?" Or, "What's a dream you've always wanted to chase?" When you show a genuine interest in their life and emotions, you'll stand out from the crowd. These moments stick in their memory, and when you're not around, they'll miss not just your presence, but the way you made them feel seen and valued. 4. When she says, "We need to talk." Few phrases can send shivers down someone's spine quite like, "We need to talk." When a woman says this, it often signals that she has something serious or emotionally significant on her mind. This phrase isn't necessarily a sign of impending doom, but it does mean she needs your full attention and an open heart to address an important issue. Women typically use this phrase when they've been contemplating a topic for some time. It could be about the relationship, her feelings, or a concern she hasn't been able to voice until now. By saying, "We need to talk," she's indicating that she values the relationship enough to address the issue directly, even if it's uncomfortable. Your immediate reaction to this phrase matters. Instead of becoming defensive or anxious, approach the situation with a calm and open mindset. Say something like, "I'm here to listen. What's on your mind?" Or, "I value your thoughts. Let's talk about it." This reassures her that you're ready to engage without judgment or resistance. When the conversation begins, practice active listening. Avoid interrupting or minimizing her feelings, even if you disagree. Acknowledge her emotions and show that you understand her perspective. Responding with empathy, such as, "I see why you feel that way," or "I appreciate you sharing this with me," can go a long way in easing tension and fostering constructive dialogue. "We need to talk" is an opportunity to grow together as a couple. While it might feel intimidating, it's often a sign that she trusts you enough to be vulnerable and honest. Embrace the conversation as a chance to strengthen your bond, address concerns, and work toward a healthier, more fulfilling relationship. 5. When she says, "I don't want to talk about it." When a woman says, "I don't want to talk about it," it's rarely a straightforward declaration of disinterest in communication. Instead, it often signifies that she's feeling overwhelmed, hurt, or uncertain about how to express her emotions. This phrase is her way of saying, "I'm not ready to discuss this right now," rather than dismissing the conversation altogether. For instance, after a heated argument or a stressful situation, she might retreat into silence and say, "I don't want to talk about it." In these moments, she may need time to process her emotions before she can articulate her thoughts clearly. Pushing her to talk immediately can make her feel cornered or misunderstood, escalating the tension further. The key is to respect her boundaries while letting her know you're available when she's ready. You might respond with something like, "I understand. Take your time, and I'm here when you're ready to talk." This approach shows empathy and patience, creating a safe space for her to open up when she feels comfortable. It's also essential to observe her nonverbal cues. Sometimes, "I don't want to talk about it" is a protective mechanism, masking a deeper need for comfort or reassurance. If she seems upset or withdrawn, offer support without pressuring her to open up. Small gestures, like a comforting touch or a kind word, can convey your care and concern without overwhelming her. In relationships, timing is everything. Recognizing when to step back and when to lean in can make all the difference. By respecting her need for space and being patient, you demonstrate emotional intelligence and build trust, paving the way for healthier and more meaningful communication. 6. When she says, "I don't care." When a woman says, "I don't care," it's rarely a literal expression of apathy. Instead, it often conveys frustration, disappointment, or a sense of being unheard. This phrase can be a way of masking deeper emotions, such as feeling undervalued or dismissed in the relationship. For example, if you're deciding on weekend plans and she says, "I don't care," it might mean she feels like her preferences haven't been considered, or that she's given up trying to influence the decision. It's her way of signaling that something is off, even if she doesn't want to address it directly in that moment. Rather than taking her words at face value, try to uncover the emotions behind them. Respond with curiosity and care, saying something like, "It seems like this matters to you. Can we talk about what's really going on?" Or, "I want to make sure you feel included. What do you think?" This shows that you're attuned to her feelings and genuinely value her input. It's also essential to reflect on your behavior. Has she been trying to communicate her needs, only to feel ignored or dismissed? If so, her "I don't care" might be a defense mechanism to protect herself from further disappointment. Acknowledge her feelings and take steps to demonstrate that her opinions and emotions matter to you. Ultimately, "I don't care" is rarely about indifference. It's a cue for you to step up and show that you're committed to understanding and addressing her needs. By responding with empathy and attentiveness, you can turn a potentially negative moment into an opportunity for growth and deeper connection in your relationship. Understanding what a woman truly means when she speaks is about more than just listening to her words. It's about tuning into her emotions, body language, and the subtle cues she provides. By showing empathy, patience, and genuine care, you not only strengthen your bond, but also build a relationship rooted in trust and understanding. Remember, communication is the bridge that connects hearts. The effort you put into truly understanding her perspective will pay off in ways that go beyond words. A relationship thrives when both partners feel heard, valued, and respected, and that starts with your willingness to go deeper than surface-level conversations. So the next time she says something that feels confusing or layered, don't shy away. Embrace the opportunity to connect on a deeper level. Relationships aren't about being perfect. They're about showing up, learning, and growing together. And when you make the effort to decode her emotions and be there for her, you're creating the foundation for a love that can weather any storm. Thank you for watching. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Behavior Insight for more insights into relationships, psychology, and human behavior. Hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our latest videos. And remember, love isn't about always getting it right. It's about always being willing to try. See you next time.